Hi guys, welcome to the Reach tutorial. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to create announcements but also learn how to kind of schedule and publish them out. Right away when you log in, the first thing you're going to want to do is go up to the Create New button. And from there it's going to bring you to this creative platform. And really this is where you're going to choose a template, insert any text, or even add any photos. So to get started, we'll go ahead and name your announcement. And I'm just going to keep it simple and just name it Reach. And then after that, we're going to go right down below and choose Template. Now you can see that once I've clicked it, I've got two subcategories that's popped up. And really the main difference is that Templates is going to be backgrounds that you can choose from. This is where you can add some customization, add text, add photos. And then Slide Libraries is really ready-to-go templates. So you can kind of pick and choose what direction you want to go. For this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to really create one from scratch. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and click on Templates. And then I'll just kind of choose one of these. So I'll go ahead and choose this one. And so now you can see that it's taken up the full platform. So now if my next step is to kind of insert some text, I'm going to go right here below and hit Insert Text. And then I'm going to add a text box. And so once I've clicked that, you can see in the top left, I've got this kind of text editing box. To move it around, I'm kind of just grabbing the top left corner. And then to make it bigger, you're going to want to grab the bottom right. So I'll go ahead and add basically a title to my announcement. Before you begin, you're going to want to change that text color to a darker color because white on white, it might be a little bit hard to see. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to black and then hit Apply. So I'll go ahead and just give this a title. So Flu Shot. And then from there I can go ahead and bold it. I can change the font size, or I can even have a selection of fonts that we offer right here. So I'll go ahead and just kind of choose one. And again, I can kind of move around within that area. Now let's just say I want to add some more information. To do that, you're going to go ahead and hit Add Text Box. And again, to drag that, you're going to go from the top left corner and then just kind of move it around. Again, I'm going to increase the size because I'm going to add a little bit more text. And then again, I'm going to change my text color to a darker color because I've kind of got that white background. And again, white on white, it's probably not going to show. So I'm going to go ahead and just choose black. One thing to note though is that if you have a certain hex color that you want to use, you could enter that information right there. So I'll go ahead and hit Apply. And then I'll go ahead and add some more information. Alright, so now that I've added this text, again, I can kind of move it around, just kind of get the right look and feel. The next step is if you wanted to add a photo from your desktop, you could go ahead and do that by clicking the Add Photo. And then we'll go ahead and just kind of add a photo, which I have one right here. Alright, so I've gone ahead and added this photo. Now you can kind of tell that it's pretty big. It's taking over kind of the whole template. It's kind of hiding some of the backgrounds. And so what I can do is to make that smaller is I can grab this right bottom corner right here and I can just kind of drag to make that smaller. If you make it too small, you can just kind of re-drag it to make it bigger. You just kind of have that flexibility to kind of get that right look and feel for you. So I'll go ahead and just kind of move the text around a little bit, just kind of align everything up. Alright, so now that I've got this announcement and it's good to go, I'm ready to publish it, the next step here is to hit this schedule announcement. Now as a default, all of your announcements are going to run 24/7. This part here is where you'd be able to kind of go in and change those settings. We always have the start date. But then down here is the run date. So if you want it to run all the time, then you don't need to put an end date. If you want it to kind of drop off on its own, again, you just kind of click this button and now you've kind of got this calendar set up. Again, days and times, it's going to run 24/7 unless you specify. So, maybe I only want this to run on Friday and Saturday. And then the players section is really based on your guys' credentials. You might be able to publish to multiple locations. For right now, for this tutorial, we're actually just publishing it to one. So you can kind of ignore that section as of right now. And then the duration, again, as a default, it's going to run for 10 seconds, but you definitely have the flexibility to make that smaller or, add more time. Again, whatever you would want to do. Once you've kind of set those settings, we'll go ahead and hit Publish. And now your announcement is being published into the loop. Every new thing that you publish is always going to end at the very bottom of this loop. So you can kind of see our reach announcements kind of been to the bottom here. If you hover over, you'll get kind of a small preview of what's showing. So I can just kind of hover over each one and see what's running. If I want to see what's running through the whole loop, there's a button right up here called Preview Loop. And so if I click that, it's going to give me a bigger version, but it's also going to show me everything that's running. We do have the delete and copy, so if you need to delete the announcement or if you want to copy it, those would be some options for you as well. This status part, we have this like active and deactive. One thing that comes in handy with it is that, let's say that you have an event and it runs every first of the month. Instead of having to recreate that announcement every single time, what you could do is just hit deactivate. So, in the middle of the month, end of the month, it's not showing, but that announcement is still there. So now that the event is kind of slowly coming up, you want to start advertising for it, you could go ahead and reactivate that announcement. And by reactivating, now it's kind of back into the loop. The screens in the alert section, basically, let's say that, you have something that, a good example is always, a winter storm happens and everything is being canceled and you need to get out this really big emergency or this alert and you want it to kind of take over the screen. So what you would do is just kind of find whatever that announcement is, or, emergency or alert, however you want to rephrase it, and you'd go ahead and hit screen and alerts. And by doing this check, I'm checking that I want this alert to run on this screen. By me checking that is the only thing that is going to be on that announcement or the only thing that's going to be on that screen. And you can kind of tell that there's like a screen alert active because now all of a sudden, as you can see, this is now turned blue. Everything else is still kind of gray, but this section right here is blue. And so to kind of take it off or to deactivate it, you just go back into that screen alert and then unclick it and hit update. And then there you'll kind of basically, rerun that loop. The last thing is going to be the change order. So let's say that you want your announcements to run a certain way. You want a couple videos and you want a couple announcements and you just kind of want to break up the way that loop is looking. Right up here we have this change order button. So you'll go ahead and click that and then literally you just kind of drag it around. So maybe I want that reach announcement that we created together to be at top, and then maybe I want my chart to be, in the middle. I'll go ahead and hit save order, and then it tells you that it's been saved, and then I'll X out, and now you can see that loop or that policy has already kind of changed because now I have my reach to the top. Besides that, that's pretty much it for the back end and the announcements. If you guys have any questions or any concerns, feel free to give us a call or definitely put a support ticket in.